Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will be creating this procedural cartoon eye or anime eye materials using Blender. Press A to select everything, then press X and delete. Press Shift A, go to Mesh and add a UV sphere. Press Numpad 1 to go to the front view. Click on this pop-up menu and set the segments to 12. Change the Align World to View. Press Tab and go to Edit Mode. Select this vertex and press Numpad 3 to go to the side view. Turn on the proportional editing and change the smooth brush to sphere. Press G to grab and roll the middle mouse button to change the brush size. Press Y and move it along the Y-axis. Switch to Edge Mode and select this Edges. Press X and choose Limited Dissolve. Go back to Object Mode by pressing Tab. Add a Subdivision Surface modifier. Set the Levels Viewport to 2. Right-click and choose Auto Smooth. Go back to Edit Mode and add an edge loop here by pressing Ctrl-R. Switch to Face Mode and press C to activate this brush. Roll the middle mouse button to change the brush size. Press the Escape key on your keyboard to deselect the brush. Press Ctrl+ to grow the face selection. Now press Shift D to duplicate the face. Press and hold Z and choose Wireframe mode. After duplicating the face, press S-1 to rotate the face. Press G to grab and move the face inside. To separate the face from the other objects, press P, then choose Selection. Don't forget to rename the objects. Call it whatever you want. Let's go to the Shading tab. Create a new material. Press Shift A and search for Gradient Texture. Select the Gradient Texture and press Ctrl T to connect the Mapping node and the Texture Coordinate node. If it doesn't work for you, just make sure you enable the Node Wrangler add-on by going to Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, and typing Node Wrangler. Change the Gradient Texture Linear to Spherical. Connect the Gradient Texture Color to the principled BSDF color. Change the Mapping node X and Y location to -0.5 and the Z to -1.4. Add a color ramp and adjust the settings like this. We need to make the cornea transparent, so connect the color ramp color to the principled BSDF transmission. Reduce the roughness values to 0. Go to the Material Data Properties, then scroll down to the settings and change the Blend Mode Opaque to Alpha Blend and change the Shadow Mode Opaque to None, and enable the Screen Space Refraction and uncheck the Show Backface. Go to the Render Settings and enable the Screen Space Reflections and enable the Refraction option. Select the iris and create a new material. Add a gradient texture and press Ctrl T to connect the Mapping node and the Texture Coordinate node. Connect the Texture Coordinate node object to the Mapping node vector and change the Gradient Texture Linear to Spherical. Connect the Gradient Texture Color to the principled BSDF node color. Then add a color ramp and adjust the settings like this. Select the Mapping node and press Shift D to duplicate. Connect the Texture Coordinate node object to the second Mapping node vector and add a Mix Color node. Press Shift A and add a noise texture. Connect the noise texture factor to the mix color node. Select the mapping node, then press and hold Ctrl-Shift and left-click to connect the node. Add a Voronoi texture node, then press and hold Ctrl-Shift and left-click twice to connect the node. Change the second mapping node point to normal and change the scale Z value to 0. Change the mix color factor values to 0.04 and increase the Voronoi texture node scale to 16.3, and also increase the noise texture node scale to 6.3. Add a color ramp node and change the linear to B-spline and adjust the setting like this. Add a mix color node and connect the color ramp color to the mix color node B circuit. Connect the other color ramp color to the mix color node A circuit and change the mix to overlay. Change the eye color to any color you like. Select the color ramp, the gradient texture, and the mapping node, then press Shift-D to duplicate. Connect the texture coordinate node object to the mapping node vector. Reset the color ramp and adjust the settings like this. After that, select the color ramp, then press and hold Ctrl and Shift, then left-click to connect the nodes. Add a mix color node and connect the other mix color node result to the A circuit and change it from mix to multiply and connect the B circuit to the color ramp color. Add a value node if you want to animate the iris. Connect the value node to the mapping node scale and set the values to 1. Press A to select everything, then press Shift-D to duplicate. Press X to go along the X-axis. After duplicating, select one of the iris. Then go back to the Shading tab and click on this little button that says 2. Then change the color to your liking.